Hi, I'm Andrew from Transitions here in Sydney, and I've got the great pleasure of being here in San Diego for our Transitions International Conference. Okay, that's a group of hair replacement or hair restoration professionals from all across America and even the world. And at the moment, I have three of my favorite colleagues from the group. Two of them are from Florida. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Well, I'm Leonard Leffler from Transitions Hair Solutions of South Florida. And that's my wife, Gia. She does the hair, I do the business.
Right, okay, excellent. Sandy?
My name is Sandy Lopez. I work for Leslie at Main Image Hair in Maryville, Indiana. I've been with her for 25 years now, and I pretty much do everything that is possible in that place. I do hair consultation, do help with IT and paperwork and everything.
Excellent.
Are you treated fairly?
I don't know. You need to ask
I
her.
have to ask her. She seems like she's running you around.
Gia?
Yes. Oh, I'm Gia. He already introduced me. We have a shop in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I'm a technician behind the chair, and Leonard runs everything. And then we have, I don't know, 10
total employees.
total employees.
I think 7 techs. Actually, they're all licensed because we had our receptionist is a cosmetologist, and we just got this new girl that helps out. She's a She just graduated cosmetology school. That's where we're getting our new people from. We take the fresh ones right out of cosmetology school. We actually sent one to cosmetology school. Our manicurist, now she's a busy tech.
Now she's a tech.
So if you're at cosmetology school in South Florida, they should get in contact with you. You're always looking for good people.
You're not always looking for good people. We're good right now.
Right.
So, but yeah, it worked out that way because it's a niche business. You can't just pluck people for hair replacement from supercuts. And you could, but you got to train them from scratch. And it's better if they have no habits at all. Get them right out of school.
Definitely. One question which we started with our last pod was, what is it that you love about the business? What is it that gets you up in the morning? All of you have been doing it for a long time. What's kept you doing it for so long? I mean, it's unusual to stay in any career for much longer than 10 years, but 25 and
We've all
longer than
been,
that.
yeah. Well, I got into it because I worked for my dad. He started it in 1970.
He's a bit of a legend, your dad, wasn't he?
In his own mind.
It was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, he started in 75, and then I started with him in 83, so I was very young. And so it's pretty much all I know, all I ever knew. But I do love it. I do love it. I did get out of it for a short while just because I was getting burnt out, and the whole family thing had run its course as far as I just felt like, I don't know, maybe it's time I do something else. So I got into nursing.
She became a registered nurse.
Wow.
And I did that
Yeah.
for only 6 years, but my dad kind of guilted me into, you can't quit. And, can't you just work a few days a week? Nurses only work 3 days. You can work for me another 2 or 3. So he guilted me. And then we decided to buy the business so he could retire. But I don't miss nursing. I like just the camaraderie with the I'm about to call them patients. I used to get them confused, patients and clients. But, you build such a relationship with all the clients. You become so close with them. And so that's the part I like. Just thankfully, we have some good clients.
Yeah.
Some not so good, but you can kind of pick and choose them. I'm very thankful we're kind of at that point where it's like, you got to go. So keep the good ones. So yeah, we have great clients.
Yeah.
And then obviously we're making a big difference in their life. So that's nice that you can make a huge difference in somebody's life. And when they're crying and they're so excited and they're so happy and and we take it for granted. You really don't even, it's like, this is just our job. This is what we do. We don't even barely realize
You become
the
a bit
impact.
desensitized to it sometimes.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. You don't even realize the impact you have on some of these people's lives. So
I feel it's really important to stop and to just look at what's going on and to remember that this is their first time.
It is
and to
true.
engage into that experience for them and
Yeah.
how wonderful that actually is. Because it sort of keeps, for me at least, keeps me excited in the business a little because it's like, wow, we are doing very meaningful
Yeah.
work here. you know.
we're so nonchalant about it, and I'm thinking they're probably freaking out.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you do get desensitized to it.
How about you, Sandy?
Well, for me, I had no idea what I was walking into when I went to interview with Leslie. I had no idea what a hair replacement was. I knew very little about wigs and cosmetology school. They don't teach you
Were you fresh out of?
Yeah, I was right out of high school when I started with her. And so when she hired me and then they started showing me how everything works, and I was just blown away of how different the person looked, how much younger they looked, how more confident they appeared. So seeing that transition time and time, especially with clients who have been struggling for a long time and didn't know that there were options out there, it makes me feel so much better, about it. It just, it's very fulfilling at that point.
Wonderful. How about you, mate?
Me? I don't know what to say on this one. I do like seeing people get happy when they get the new hair. It's cool. I like when a guy comes in, he's a mess, his hair is falling out. He looks like a mess. And I tell him, and I try not to do it, but you ever see the Men's Warehouse commercial? He goes, "You're going to look great. I guarantee it." I say that and I tell him, this is a disclaimer, I'm not stealing his line, but
I think
I
that's a
guarantee
Florida
you
commercial.
will look 10 years younger and you will look better. But you got to maintain it. So as long as they get with the program, and it's cool when they come out and their smiles from ear to ear, and it's on there for like a week.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah. It's an incredible thing. You can look 10 years younger, look 10 kilos lighter,
Yeah.
look about 1 inch taller as well.
It's because you're
Well, it's
confident.
also just gives you a little bit of extra
Peacock
hair as well, It's great. Yeah. So what's the, have you got an experience that you want to share that's front and center in your mind as to how you've changed someone's life?
Kid Daniel.
Oh, the little boy. Little boy, he was 16. And that's probably the youngest, because I hear people talk about like, oh, we have people in high school, but rarely do you see a kid in high school that's bald.
We've got a few. We've got a couple of kids who have had
we
cancer
never.
treatments and stuff.
Something like that. But this kid just went bald.
Well, he was suffering from dwarfism, so they had to give him hormones when he was growing up. So he was small. He wasn't.
But it was a family thing.
His family had it.
But
So he aged.
I don't know if he found Gianna. Somehow he was a referral from another client that comes. And he wore a hat. And his mom talked to the principal and said, it's a medical condition, and they let him wear a hat in school. But of course, people would be like, why are you wearing a hat? And I'm sure some people probably flipped it off his head. Who knows? Kids are cruel. But my daughter did his hair, and he had the worst, like, those guys that they just have the perimeter, but nothing beneath it. Like, he had no neck hair, nothing on top, a little perimeter, and my daughter worked a miracle and gave him like a fade because he had nothing.
Yeah.
He sat there, and then he's like, we weren't sure. My daughter's like, do you like it? Like, we weren't sure. And he goes, when I get outside, I'm gonna, whatever he said. And like, he walks outside and just stood in the parking lot screaming and like jumping up and down, and it was like, oh my God, like all of us were crying. It's making me tear up. Like, it was so unbelievable that this kid was like, his whole life he's been picked on and bald, and now yeah. I mean, it's, you like to see everyone excited, but for a 16-year-old, like that must have been just devastating to have to start high school looking bald. I don't know. I'm sure I have other things that I just can't
I'm sure there's plenty.
can't think of them. Yeah.
Like, you forget there are so many
Yes.
experiences, and you forget.
Yeah.
How about you, Sandy? Is there something that comes to mind?
There are a few. One was actually my first cut-in that I did on this lady.
Now, cut-in is when you're installing like
A brand new
topper
hair
or-
system on
Yep.
this lady, and she had been struggling with hair loss for a long time, to the point where she didn't even want to come out anymore. She didn't want to attend family gatherings. She was just isolating herself a lot. So she came to us, and Leslie put her with me, and I did that first haircut for her. And when she came back, she hugged me so tight, and she was like, thank you so much for doing this for me. She's like, you don't even know how much it has changed my life. And I'm like, funny story. I'm like, you are my first cut-in.
Oh,
My first client altogether. And she's like, it's a good thing you didn't tell me that. But, to this day, she's still my client 25 years later, and she'll tell anybody that story.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah.
Another one that comes to mind is we had a little girl that was had alopecia totalis since the day she was born. And growing up, it didn't faze her, it didn't bother her until she started school. When she started school, the kids were making fun of her because she had no hair and so forth. So the grandparents actually bought her a full head wig. And when she put it on, she's like, oh my gosh. She's like, I look so pretty. She's like, I look like a princess now. And oh my God, yeah, everybody was sobbing at, at the shop. But I mean, yeah, there's countless stories that we could say, but you know, those are the ones that come up.
Now, you're wearing hair yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us about your experience with that.
So for me, I don't know. After I turned 40, the hair just started shedding, and it helped a little bit taking vitamins and doing minoxidil, but I was not getting the amount of hair that I wished to have. And so we started working with these hair systems, and Leslie was like, we can clip it on and just wear it whenever you want and so forth. But now it's just, I wear it all the time. I hate seeing myself in the mirror without it. It's just, you know, seeing so much scalp that makes it look thinner, and then your face just kind of, I don't know, it changes your profile.
Yeah. It's kind of disfiguring in many respects.
In a sense,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah. Like I have some clients, they say that they don't like seeing themselves without their hair, and they certainly don't like their partner, their kids, even their dog seeing them without their hair. So they like it being on.
Yeah.
Like, you know, waking up with hair in the morning is a really wonderful thing for them. So
Very much so.
yeah. Thank you for sharing. No problem. That's great. How long have you been doing that for now? So, like, actually, no, don't, because that'll reveal your age.
No, the hair system, I have been wearing it for probably about 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you find it? Like the experience of wearing hair? Are you quite aware of it, or you forget that you're even?
Oh, I totally forget that I have it on. Yeah. I mean, I can do pretty much anything with it. When I go on vacation, I do have it bonded just so I can, you know, not have to deal with it on a daily basis when I'm going to the beach or going to the pool. Yeah, it's just, I love the flexibility of having that I can go back and forth.
Very nice. Is there an experience that you want to share where that sort of gets you up in the morning? That, you know, you're
I
doing
know what the
something
Daniel
meaningful.
thing was. Since we work together, it's going to become somebody's same experiences. But it happens all the time. Even in guys who are wearing hair that come in for a consultation, they've gone somewhere else, and they're 80-year-old guy with black hair. And if I could talk him into a 1B80, that's gray, to get him to where he should be, and to make
Well,
it
anyone
look,
listening and watching, a 1B80 is a color. That's what he's referring to. Not, I don't know, some other.
yeah.
Yep.
So it's a 1B dark hair with 80% gray. But he comes in here and he's got no gray and he's 80 and it looks stupid. And if I can talk that guy into getting gray just to make his look more complete, because you can put a hairpiece on somebody, but if it ain't the right color, the right fit, the right style, it's going to look stupid. And I don't want that guy walking out of my shop looking stupid. So I would, if I can convince somebody to stop coloring their hair or doing it, whatever I think looks best for them and it works for them, that's what I like doing. I've done that a lot. Guys come in with dark brown hair, 20% gray. And I just say, you know what you need? Just add 20 this time. And then the next time, and just to catch up. Stop dyeing your hair. It's not going to make you look older. It's going to make you look right.
Agreed.
Kind of experience of that.
We're trying to make people look age appropriate.
Age
Yes.
appropriate,
And-
but even though just having the hair alone, just because you add gray doesn't make you look older. It's without the hair makes you look older. But adding a black hairpiece on a gray head isn't going to make you look younger. It's going to make you look silly. So
Yeah.
I like to make them look age appropriate, even though that 80 is still going to look like 70 compared to what they looked like before. So they will lose that basically 10-year look.
But it's important to have like the greys correct because our skin tone changes.
Yeah.
And actually we look better as we get older with grey hair than not. So
It
it's-
brightens you up, actually. Brightens, squares your jaw, makes everything brighter. I had that guy, I was playing hockey with him, and he was dyeing his hair the whole time. I'm going across the line because, you know, in hockey, you shake hands. I said, wow, you stopped green? He stopped using color. I hadn't seen him for a while. I said, you look 10 times better. You look younger. You look more vibrant.
George Clooney effect.
Yeah, it's true. If George Clooney had dark hair right now, no one would be talking about George Clooney.
Well, he did actually for a Broadway production. He coloured his hair and it looked not very good.
Yeah,
He looked
it's
weird. Yeah,
Look
I
kinda
saw that.
strange,
He
yeah.
looked
That's
weird.
what I'm saying. So I like to have the people look right. And if I can do that, that's the fun part of the job.
And Leonard wears hair at work.
I do
So,
wear hair.
yeah.
I am a chameleon at a hair world.
We weren't
I have
prepared
different
for-
pieces for different occasions. I get the full cap. My son had hair down to here, down to his waist, and he wanted to go. He went your style, so we cut it off. I sent it to my guy. I made a mohawk, and we braided the mohawk, and I could put that on. So I have fun with it.
You have fun with it, which is good. It's nice to have fun
and,
with
you
it.
know, I own it. Yeah, I'm not. No one in the shop sees me without hair.
No, it's like an
Yeah.
instant sale when guys come in. With, you
They
got a
think-
nice head of hair. Well, really? Well, let
Yeah,
me
my
show
full
you.
cap looks right on. So I say, well, yeah, we'd like it to kind of look like yours, but and I say, this is my hair. So I start peeling it up from here, and I just whip it off, and most of the time they fall back in their chair. That's a good feeling.
Great. Now, I'm guessing that, because people come in and they compare different companies, who should they work with, and that sort of thing. So, what's your response when people are sort of sizing up why they should work with you versus some other?
Like compared to our competitors?
Yeah, pretty much.
And especially in the South Florida area, we're loaded with competition compared to a lot of the people I talk to. Oh, we're the only shop in
Within
miles.
100 miles.
Right.
No,
radius.
we're the only shop within
on our block.
we can count 5 all around us.
Okay, yeah. And obviously you've got 10 styles, so that's a very big
Yeah.
business, So tell us about that.
I
why are you
think-
the best?
I think most people that come with us and stay with us, I've heard from a lot of them that they like that it's a family. They like that they're not like just a number, because obviously there's a big franchise near us as well. And I think people wise up. They might go to the franchise first because that's what they see so much advertised.
Yep.
But then they soonly figure out like, oh, there's other people that do the same thing for probably a little less money because, you know what I mean? You don't have to pay those franchise fees. And they like that it's just a close family. My daughter works with us, and then obviously the others, but the others that work for us have worked for us like you for, years and years and years, and everybody just is, and we're very accommodating. I think we don't argue with people. Leonard does the sales, but
The sales,
if
the
somebody
customer
comes in
complaints, it all
unhappy,
comes-
I'm a wimp. I'm like, talk to him. But I can talk big behind the scenes, and then it's like, no, go to him. But we fix the problems. We're not, because obviously hair replacement is,
touchy.
I was an instructor as well for like 20 years for one of the big wholesale companies. And that was like one of my lines that I told all the students. The reason I use this company, not because I do their training, is because they're very good with customer service. And hair replacement, what my big line was, it's a problem-solving business. Not one day goes by that you don't have an issue in the salon. This one doesn't have enough gray. This one's not the right color. This one's too dense. This one's too thin. That's, it's always, always, always fixing problems. And which is so important. You have to know, obviously you need good technicians to be able to do all those things because it never comes out of the box how you want it. You always have to do something. And I think our clients know that if there is a little issue, we fix it,
Yeah.
And I tell them that all the time, like, listen, hey, sometimes you get an excellent one and sometimes you get one that's not so good. And whatever we can do to fix it, because that's just the name of the game. That's the business.
Well,
So-
that's just business at the end of the day.
and I think a lot of from what I hear from people that come to us, some of our competitors, maybe they don't have the means to replace it as often, or maybe that's an ego thing, or I don't know. It's just like, oh, you don't like, or they won't fix the issues. They won't fix the problems. They argue with you.
Long term more than that short term.
Yeah.
That's my thinking. When I'm a fire marshal, there are my firemen who come up with a solution. But if the hairpiece is not working, don't argue about it. I don't argue about it. You don't like it. You're not going to talk them into liking it.
Yeah.
And all right, and am I going to, bust their balls until they quit over one hairpiece, or am I going to keep this guy for 20 years and make?
And we're pretty laid back as
And I
far
don't
as
argue
how
with it.
we sell. A lot of companies do like really strict programs. We don't push the program. We have loads of people on programs, but I think our approach is more, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I'm not going to beg you to be a client. I'm not going to sue you if you want to break your contract.
Yeah.
Whatever. You pay throughout the month. Okay, we stop billing you next month and go on your merry way. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Where we have competitors that like, oh, this customer is coming to me. Oh, no, you have to finish. You have to pay us out. We're going to sue you if you try to take this client or technician for that matter, things like that. It's like, oh, come on. There's enough business out there for all of us. And even in our very competitive area, there's enough business out. There's a niche for everything.
Yep.
And, you know, just like hair salons, they're on every corner. You go because you build up a relationship with them. And if it's not working out, you move on to the next. You know, we're pretty laid back. So I think that's how we retain most of our
Yeah, that's the point of arguing
long-time
anymore.
people.
I'm getting too old for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Sandy? Like when people come to you, why would they choose you over other places?
Leslie is very particular about how to do everything from cutting the person's hair to how you take care of the hair system and also cutting the hair system itself. She really does pay attention to like what all the training that is out there. She takes, if she's closed the shop and take in all of us at once to different trainings, different seminars, and always staying on top of everything that is out there, trying it at least once, see if it works. If it doesn't, okay, move on. She has set a really high standard, and we are very proud of all the work that we do. Unfortunately, clients do tend to try out different salons, different shops. But more often than not, they end up coming back and they're like, okay, I get it. You are far superior with your techniques and everything compared to what's out there.
Yeah. So it's attention to detail and how much you care about what's going on and
Yeah, very much so.
and what you offer as well as far as the product selection
Yeah.
and the quality of it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, I think there's just more like in our own situation, we find that, people maybe have visited elsewhere and then they'll come and visit with us. And from the moment they walk in the door to the way they're treated and received and I suppose the level of explanation that we go into so they understand exactly what's happening and then the quality of the product and recognizing that we've partnered with some of the very best, companies in the world of hair restoration. It makes a big difference, I suppose. And as like yourself, we spend a lot of time training our team. Like you just can't get, as you were talking about before, Lena, you just can't get a hairdresser and then chuck him in there because that's just not going to happen because they just don't have the skills and they don't know what's going on. But we're pretty meticulous in how we just walk people through the process of training them so that when they're working with a client that they get it right all the time. And for us, it's one thing which I say over and over again in the shop, like when it comes to our stylists, we're much more interested in precision than we are personality. Because you can get some people that are got amazing personality, and often in hairdressing, you got to have a great personality and that sort of thing. Okay, which is important. I'm not saying it's not, but it's definitely the precision that our clients have grown to love.
Yeah. And that's one thing that Leslie is like, I want, all of our clients that if for whatever reason you're not there, that the next stylist is not going to be lost and will be able to do what you do. Yeah.
So we always try to get clients to move around. Excuse me. To other people.
For sure.
Victor, are we done?
Yeah,
The time
we're at
was?
the end of the session. Do you guys just want to wrap up with some final thoughts?
Cool, thanks.
Do you want the whole floor? Do you want to say?
No, it's fine. We're just all here. It's fine. So this has been wonderful. Thank you so much for all of you sharing and the different things. I suppose like just reflecting on all that is really like that. Just not all hair restoration centers are equal because all of you are at the top of your game, and there's a reason for that. And it comes down to your people and the way you treat your people and the way you treat your clients as well, the way you care for them and go that extra mile in not trying to get them to do something they don't want to do, but actually it's like, let's just find the right thing for you. Yeah, I think that's about it really. So thanks for tuning in and we'll see you on the next
business. Think about it.
It is.
It's not a haircut. It's not going into supercuts. It's not even close. It's a totally different genre.